Everybody, welcome to Jacob's Quest, and today we got a brand new trailer for Loki Season 2, the much anticipated Marvel show that, it's weird. We're in a much different place than we were when the first season of Loki came out. Obviously, not everything is going great with Marvel or even Disney Plus properties, the shows that they've been putting out. And we just got off of Secret Invasion, which ended with apparently its lowest rated MCU project ever. So it's a weird time. I want to be excited for this, but then it's also is it just because I'm remembering what it was like when the first season came out way back then before everything else happened? I don't know. Let's go ahead and check it out. Here we go.
Hobie? Hello? We have a little bit of a situation we wanted to run by you.
Tobias! Wow! Great to see you again!
That's what's been happening.
Wow.
Weird.
Time slipping.
Wait, you know that?
Yeah.
You've seen that?
Yeah.
Can you fix that?
No. It's impossible to time slip in the TVA.
I know, but we just saw it happen.
Yeah.
It's impossible to time slip.
I've been pulled through time between the past and the present. Hello? If what I saw is true, there's nothing to stand between this world and utter destruction.
Interesting.
Only one way to find out. Little good old-fashioned legwork. Listen, we have different styles. You're a man of action, which is fine. I take a more slow, deliberate, cerebral approach.
It's really goodbye.
It's up to us to save this place.
Is this cracked?
Yes, babe.
Whatever we do, we're playing God.
We are gods. But how do you choose who lives and who dies?
Make the hard choice.
It's him.
You better run!
War is on its way.
Come on, you're the god of mischief.
Always have been. Always will be.
Okay.
A little over the top, don't you think?
I thought it was spot on.
Well, lots happening. Okay, October 6th. Yeah, that was a lot. That was a lot of stuff just happened. Yeah, so it looks interesting. I mean, I cannot begin to tell you, the first season had so many twists and turns, and what you thought the main plot of the story was going to be in the first couple episodes, the plot completely changes in the second half of the show. So I imagine we're going to get something similar where we get a setup and then there's going to be a huge midway twist, or now the show is completely different. Now, where we last saw Loki, he came back to the TVA from the Citadel beyond time or whatever, and Morbius did not know who he was. So strange things happened. Somehow the TVA had been changed, even though we were under the impression that the TVA was outside of time. So, and then obviously now we're seeing time skipping. So they seem to be doubling down on the TVA is no longer outside of time. It somehow has a timeline now, which makes things complicated because their whole deal is that they go back and forth through time. But if now they're in a timeline, are they able to go back and forth in their own timeline? I mean, that's what Loki seems to be doing. It's all going to get very confusing, and that's one thing that we're gonna have to rely on the show to do, is carefully spell out what the rules are. We need to know what's happening and why it's happening. And I can see this, you know, kind of becoming a problem if they don't do this correctly. You know, if they don't, you know, explain it well enough. So here, let's cut to where we start seeing some interesting things here. So we see him looking at seemingly a version of himself from the past, maybe even from season 1 of Loki, which is interesting. So it's like, if we go to, well, what's happening on the screen here? You see what I'm saying? Like, even the little stuff on the screen, it's like, okay, we have Sacred Timeline, we have a whole bunch of different things going on here. He sees a version of himself in a different TVA, or the same TVA but in the past. And that's the other thing. If the TVA has time now, then that explains why there can be variants of the TVA itself. Oh god, my brain's already like, this is gonna get trippy. And I have no idea what's happening here, what this stuff is. Okay. And then see, we have, this seems to be where they what were they called? The Timekeepers. Yeah, this seems to be where they beheaded the Timekeepers and they defeated them, revealing that they were androids. Except now he's disintegrating this wall, which he did not do before. So, you know, again, is he traveling back to season 1? Is that essentially what we're gonna get? We're gonna get kind of like a is it Back to the Future Part 2 situation, you know, like you kind of revisit the first movie again. Anyway, so we see, of course, there's some Kangs behind there, which, of course, hey, on top of the state that Marvel is in right now, and, you know, the whole Secret Invasion thing that happened just now, of course, we still have the Jonathan Majors of it all, and nobody knows exactly what's happening. There's a lot of people and scoopers claiming that they know what's going to happen. No one knows. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know if we're going to get a recast. We don't know if they're going to, you know, pivot directions entirely and just like scrap a lot of the ideas that they had for King the Conqueror and the direction this was all going. There's a lot of stuff they could do. I don't think anyone, probably not even Marvel entirely, knows what they're going to be doing right now. So right now, you know, obviously this was already filmed. Jonathan Majors is already in this show. So, you know, it's just one more thing. Not, you know, and it's like, again, it's like the last thing that Marvel needs is just one more thing for the audience to be distracted by. But like, you kind of can't help it, right? It's like, I want your show to be good. This show hopefully will be good, but even on top of that, you still have the whole Jonathan Majors thing, where it's like, you know, are they going to recast? Are they going to change plans entirely? Does this matter? I don't know. I don't know. Let's keep going. Okay, so they're going to some kind of, this is what we saw at the end of Quantumania, which, you know, Quantumania, again, that was its own whole thing where, now what's up with these pies? Let's take a look at this. So they're in some strange cafeteria that seems to be serving only pies. You know, like normally there would be like little meals everywhere, but it's just pies. They must be in some other version of the TVA where they only eat pies. Okay. Let's see. Actually, can we go back a little bit? Hold on. Not there. Okay, I was gonna see if I could see what is playing. Zavik? No, Zaniac? Okay. I was hoping that something would be there, but I'm not getting anything from that. Zaniac. Okay. And then that, I believe, is the same TVA guard from the first season. Of course, it could be one of her many variants. You know, so you never know who anyone actually is. And that seems to be a Sylvie. And then, okay, so we're in the Citadel here. Do we see anything else going on here? Okay, that's him dead. Look. Okay, that's He Who Remains. He's still dead in the chair. That's him right there in the middle. So I imagine we're gonna pick up immediately after that. What has Sylvie been up to? What has she been doing this whole time? Here, let's. So she's fighting some people with a sword. She's fighting another blonde lady. That seems to be Morbius behind her, or Mobius. Am I saying it wrong? Am I saying Morbius instead of Mobius? Oh no, it's whoever this blonde person is. They're just trying to start some kind of machine. Okay. Interesting. So they're gonna tape up this hole. Let's see. And they seem to be okay. Yeah. This is actually what we saw in the monitor earlier when. Okay, so earlier in the trailer, when Loki was seeing a different version of himself in the TVA somehow, on the monitor seemed to be exactly what we're looking at now, where we have what seems to be the sacred timeline, and it's sort of unraveling, which is not what we saw at the end of the first season. At the end of the first season, there was a bunch of branches coming off of it. Now it seems to be like unraveling from one end, which, you know, I'm sure they'll have some explanation as to what the hell is happening or what this means. And, you know, we still don't fully understand what that meant at the end of the first season. You know, like all these branches are happening. And it was like, was that the creation of the multiverse, or did the multiverse already exist? Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay, so the shadows, those shadow Lokis are actually restraining that guy. It's just like the shadows of him are under his control. That's pretty cool. Let's see what else we got. Okay, then there's the Quantumania in tag, which, you know, that movie was not received very well. Not a whole lot of people saw it, but this this segment of the season was shown at the end of that. And again, there's been rumors and speculation that maybe they cut a whole lot of Jonathan Major stuff out of this season. But you can't really cut this one because we saw this one in Quantumania, so it would be difficult to explain that away. Who knows? Who knows what's true? I don't know. Now here's something else we gotta figure out. Okay, so what is he doing here? So he's activating this machine, and it seems to be like this is like a Nikola Tesla kind of demonstration going on here. I don't know what he's doing. And then we see an old-timey version of Miss Minutes grow real big, like out of some guy's pocket or something, and then is scaring away all these people. Now, why? How? I could not tell you why she would do this or how this is happening. Now, here's another interesting thing. Look, it's a bunch of Kangs. Bunch of Kangs on the wall. So, if you look over to the right, we have timekeepers still doing something with the time stream, but then on this left panel that Loki is pointing to, it's a bunch of Kangs fighting. So, are they in some version of history where, you know, for some reason they still believe in the timekeepers, but they also know about the Kangs? You know, who knows? But there's them. Oh, stuff is going by so quickly here. So there's like a taxi that's being thrown through the wall. Okay. Then some kind of thank you for your service, but it's all, what is this stuff that's coming off of it? It looks like a shag carpet, but it's like reality is becoming undone. If you actually look closely at the monitor, it's like, yeah, everything's getting stretched. Everything's getting weird. I have no idea what that is. This is was it Rowena? The judge lady. You know, we don't know what happened to her either. She just kind of left at the end of season 1. Like, Miss Minutes was like, I gotta show you something, and then we never saw her again. So who the hell knows? Alright, let's see. So there's some kind of shipping port area. A bunch of TVA agents show up. Okay. Okay, that seems to be it. Yeah, nothing else really of note, I don't think. You know, we got Loki and Sylvie doing some kind of spell together. You know, whoever they're up against, I guess a bunch of TVA agents, because yeah, this is the same room that we saw those TVA agents show up in, you know, whatever this port is. So okay, there's some kind of big showdown there. But yeah, like I said, there's not really a way to predict what the plot is from this trailer. I know that there are leaks out there, and who knows how valid the leaks are now. Like, does this support the leaks entirely, or, you know, does any of this contradict the leaks? I don't know. I heard them one time, like, months ago, which, by the way, I don't know what's going on over there at Marvel and how their stuff keeps on leaking out so completely. But yeah, if they turn out to be true, then like their leaks for this season have been out for a while now, and I don't know, they got to figure that out. Like, that's crazy that that's even possible, right? Anyways, so yeah, there's, you know, I want to be hopeful. It looks like it's still carrying the same tone, and it's got the same like humor, but also like mystery and intrigue. It's just unfortunate that it had to come after, you know, just not a whole lot of goodwill in general audiences with some of the shows that they've been putting out. But yeah, overall, I mean, I'm excited. I am excited. I have to stay a little hesitant because, you know, it's always possible that I watch this and then it's majorly disappointed, or it's, I think my bigger worry is that because of the Jonathan Majors situation, they might end up editing this thing to hell. You know, like they might end up chopping out entire story beats, entire plot points might not get resolved because they edited things away. We've seen them do this before. During the pandemic, they did this with Falcon and the Winter Soldier, because that whole show was originally gonna, you know, very much center around a pandemic. So they decided to take that out of the show because we were in a real life pandemic. And I can kind of see, I can see a reality where something similar happens to Loki season 2, where like we had a season, we had a story, and then they just chop the hell out of it because they're trying to get Jonathan Majors out of it as much as they can. I can see a world where that happens. You know, so I don't know. I want it to be good. I want it to be good so bad. We'll see. We'll see if this can recapture the magic of season 1. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know your theories. Let me know if you've read the leaks. Do you think this supports the leaks, or does any of this go against the leaks at all? Let me know down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.